Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Nimman with the Blue Valley High School Library, and I'm going to be going over how to use PowToon. So if you've never used it before, you will have to sign up over here on the right hand corner. You can see that I would go ahead and make sure that you use your Blue Valley email address, and then when you say job title or something, you can just say something about education here. I'm going to go ahead and log in because I already have an account. And I'm going to be going over the different features. So once you've logged in, you can create a bunch of different things for the PowToon. So you can see that it actually gives you the steps of how you should do it. You should have a script in order to do this, and because you will be recording a voiceover, and then you can add the visuals as well. I would actually add the visuals first and then do the voiceover, but you will need to have a script that goes along with this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click on Create. It will give you several templates. So where you have a story in mind, need some inspiration, I would say to start from scratch, honestly, just because a lot of times it has a lot of very specific templates, and starting from scratch is just easier in my opinion. So you can see that you can choose different styles. You've got the whiteboard style, infographic, cartoon. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Modern Edge. Obviously, whatever your project is, you should consider what kind of look you want to have. So you can see that it gives me a bunch of different parts to the side that actually I can add to my PowToon. Whenever you're ready, you can add more slides. So you can see that I've got only one slide right now. I can also trash it, or I can add a slide below. I can duplicate it, continue a scene. So if I put on a background, so whatever you do, just consider those parts. So what I'm going to go ahead and start with is I'm just going to show you kind of what you can do. So you can choose different specific scenes, like if you want a general intro, it can help you with that. It can give you specifics. You can read all of that. You can also, this right navigation part is the part that you're going to be utilizing probably the most. Choosing a background. They give you some video background options. The thing that you really should look out for is every now and then you'll get some that actually you have to pay for. If you accidentally choose something like that, please come and talk to me. I can help you out with that. But you obviously want to look for ones that are free. Usually the paid for ones actually have like a little money sign. So for right now, I'm just going to choose this background, and you can see that it's working on, so I can preview this. I can choose the sound. You can see how I can also edit the actual background itself. Like I can make it more opaque, start time different. A lot of these features are going to be a little bit more advanced. You're also probably going to add text. It gives you different types of text that you can add. You can see that if I want like a title one, it gives me a lot of title ones, or it can go more basic. You can basically go over all of those things as well. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and just choose this one, and I'm just going to write a title there. As you can see, I can also change the colors, everything else. I double clicked to get to that. All right, a lot of this navigates like a PowerPoint would. I can also add characters. The great thing about characters is that you can animate them as they go. You can see that this one says free, so that's something that I would probably want to use. I won't want to use one of the paid for ones. So you can choose this. You can choose like their different emotions if you just hold your mouse over it. So I'm going to add a little happy guy for right now. You can see he gets animated like this. I can also choose, like if I want to change his animation, I can click on that. I can flip him around. I can swap him. This is how you flip him around. So whatever you need, you can do. I can add objects as well. Once again, pay attention to make sure that it's the free one. I can even search for objects. So if I wanted something like an owl, for example, it doesn't have anything in objects, but what I can do is I can go to media, which is down here, and I can choose, okay, great, they have an owl, so this is what I want to include. Just like PowerPoint, you can choose change the size, I can move it around, etc. Okay, and all of these are Creative Commons images, which is wonderful, so we don't have to worry about that. You can see that you can add graphs, sound, special, all of these things over here. Okay, so when I'm ready, the thing that I want to consider as well is I can move when these objects come in. So if you look at this, you can see I can add seconds. So right now it's 10 seconds for this slide. If I wanted to make it longer, I'm going to add more here. I can also move, so if I want this guy to come in at 6 seconds, I'm just going to click and drag him so it starts at 6 seconds. I can then preview to see when things come in, and you can see how it pops up right at 6 seconds. Okay, I can move the owl around, I can do whatever I want here. So that's something to consider as well. Along with that, make sure that you all constantly hit save so that way you don't lose anything that you do. So once you have completed your visual aspects like we just went over, what you're going to want to do next is add music or add sound. So in order to do that, that's not on this right side like we're used to. What it is this part right over here where it's got the little audio recorder. So you can see that it has no music added yet and no voiceover added yet. So if you do want music, go ahead and you can add music here. You can upload it, you can find it from Dropbox or Evernote. If you haven't gone to Purple Planet already, I would download it from Purple Planet and upload it that way. It's all Creative Commons. It's a wonderful tool. It is on our library website. So once you've chosen that, or you can even choose something that's already in here. So let's say I don't want the Biz version. I would want one of the free ones. So I'm going to go ahead and use Fire Up. Okay, you can also change how loud it is. Since you guys will a lot of times use a voiceover, I would probably make the volume decently low. You're going to probably have to play with it a little bit though. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Then we've got my voiceovers. Okay, what I would do is I would add voiceover right here and I would record it. So that way it goes along in real time with how it's supposed to work with your animations. So you can see that we've got a little recorded voiceover. You want to make sure you allow your microphone. So this is about Persephone. Persephone was a Greek goddess and she married Hades by accident because he tricked her into getting pomegranate seeds. So you can see right now I've got 12 seconds. Since that relates to this, I'm going to go ahead and save it. Always preview it. Okay, and I would just do introduction, save, and here it is. Okay, play together. So this is about Persephone. There we go. So now that I've done my voiceover and added the music, you can see I've got my little check mark here, and I've got my music that has a check mark there, or when it shows the music. I'm going to go ahead. So this is about Persephone. You can see that all of that has worked together. So those are the basics of how to use PowToon. It's a great presentation tool. If you have any questions about how to do anything special that's not covered here, please come and talk to me.